friends, welcome to Turn a Stone Tarot. For today's reading, we're tuning into the energies of the winter solstice. The winter solstice typically occurs December 21st or December 22nd, depending on your particular time zone. In the Northern Hemisphere, this is the shortest day of the year. In other words, it's the day with the least amount of daylight. And it carries with it some unique energies, some unique healing opportunities. So we'll bring forth some messages for you about those particular energies. I'll be looking at what's in the light for you, what is in hibernation for you, how can you care for self and others. We'll be looking at some of the gifts of the season for you, and also bringing forth some general wisdom from the solstice energies. So I hope you enjoy this reading. Please choose from one of these three piles. You can take some time and meditate on the cards and decide which one is speaking to you, or pick at random. Up to you how you decide to choose your card. Timestamps are below. Please feel free to click ahead to your reading, and I will see you in your chosen group. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. This is your winter solstice message from Spirit. So first of all, the cards that I placed out for you in the intro, those were your Gifts of the Season card. And the card that you chose is the Sun card. So the Sun card is a very bright card. It's one of the brightest cards in the deck. It indicates a lot of positivity, a lot of beauty, a lot of sort of inner warmth. Very nice card to get. So I just wanted to highlight that your gifts of the winter solstice and the winter season in general, overall very positive. The Sun card is the card that is the gifts of the season for you. So very lovely card to choose. So let's get into your reading. I did ask Spirit for what is currently in the light for you. So by that I mean what is currently in your awareness, what is currently active for you in your life right now. And we got the 10 of Swords card. So this is a card of endings. So something has ended in your life. This usually does point to difficult endings or painful endings perhaps, but it really is some kind of an ending in no uncertain terms. If you haven't had a major ending in your life, this probably isn't your pile because this card is very clear. But this does speak to something ending, leaving your life, some kind of loss perhaps. But I think with this card, it's very important to remember that there's light on the horizon here with this card. So you may currently be in a time where you're processing some kind of difficult loss or ending, but there really is light on the horizon for you. And also with this Sun card here, there is a very bright turnaround indicated for you. And I think as you go through this season, you're going to get, closer and closer to the warmth of the sun. So take heart there. I did also ask Spirit what is in hibernation for you. So what is kind of sleeping at this time, still very much alive, but perhaps not so easy to access or kind of dormant at this time. And the card that came out there is the Magician. So this tells me I'm getting a few things with this card. First of all, I'm getting the sense that you may not have access to your tools at the present time. Maybe because of this loss or this ending, maybe you're not able to do your self-care practices in the way that you normally would. Maybe you're just not able to function quite as well as you have been in the past. You may feel a sense of almost feeling ineffective here with the Magician being in this position. You may feel that you're not able to perform as well, to achieve as much, to be your usual self, even with this Magician card in the dormant position. And that's certainly very natural when we go through an ending or loss. We kind of automatically lose touch with those things. That's a very natural occurrence. So that would be to be expected. I think that I would take heart, though, that this is very much active in your field. You do have a sense of sort of power and agency and ability. It is there for you, but it may be behind a bit of a curtain right now. So I think you will reconnect with this aspect of yourself again, but you might not have ready access to it right now in this current season. So, but take heart that it is there. It is definitely part of who you are and who you are becoming, but it just might be a little bit hidden at the present time. I also asked Spirit for advice about how you can care for yourself here during this time of the solstice and the winter season. And the card that came out for that is the Death card, so major arcana there. And again, this card also really speaks to kind of loss, endings, but new beginnings also. I mean, some readers like to think of the Death card as one of the most positive cards in the deck because it really is a card of new beginnings. Something ends and then something new comes in to take its place. And you can really see a progression in that top row. You're going from a Ten of Swords position where you're just seeing the light on the horizon, and then moving forward with the Death card, kind of moving on, and then into the Sun where things are really bright and warm and positive. So there's kind of a transformation that's happening for you, most likely at this time that you're coming across this reading. But please know these cards are all very much pointing to light on the horizon. In terms of self-care, I'm hearing, it's very important just to kind of process this loss at this time, integrate the loss in your being, whether, however you grieve losses or deal with losses. Now is the time to be doing that, whether that's crying tears or talking to others. Whatever you need to do to help your being process this ending is going to be very helpful for you at this time. So Spirit is really encouraging, this might be just a time of acceptance where you're just really coming to terms with whatever has happened, whatever is ending, whatever is leaving your life at this time, because there's some beautiful new beginnings that will be awaiting you very soon. Also, I asked for how you can care for others at this time. And I'm not sure how appropriate that question is actually for your reading. So we did get the Hierophant card for this. And I'm getting a few things with this card for you, getting knowledge. So maybe having gone through this experience that you've gone through, maybe sharing the knowledge that you've gained from this experience with other people. That may be helpful at this time or in the future. You are learning something through this loss. We all do. Losses are always teachers of some kind. So you may be able to integrate this into wisdom that you can share with other people. Also, with this hand in the air, I'm getting, you may need to put some people at a distance for a little while, maybe if you can reduce your workload somehow or responsibilities, you might want to pause those for a bit as you're integrating this change, this ending that you're kind of going through at the present time. I'm also hearing like blessings. You may just kind of want to bless your past for the positive things that it has given you. Maybe these lessons that you're learning. Maybe there's some positive times that you have shared in the past. And, just, bless that. Understand that, life contains this contrast, the good and the difficult, and it's okay to be grateful for those good times and also have the feelings that you have for the difficult times as well. So maybe a sort of a blessing of the past is what I'm hearing. Also, I'm noticing the similarity with these two cards here, the Magician and the Hierophant. They're wearing similar colors, their hands are almost in similar positions. So I'm getting the sense of, some empowerment as well, maybe empowering yourself to set boundaries with others. That may be something that could be beneficial for you at this time. That could be a way that you can care for yourself and others by just, setting clear boundaries. You can, let them know, look, I'm dealing with this difficult ending, and I need perhaps more time for myself, or maybe there are other things that you need as a result of being able to integrate this. So certainly, like, work with others, state your needs, and that may help you to more smoothly navigate what this is that you're going through. So again, going back to your gifts of the season, you did get the sun. So I do see you gaining a lot of jewels from this. I mean, it does look to be a bit of a painful situation, whatever this ending is. Um, but I get the sense that, if you allow yourself the time to integrate this ending and allow the new cycle to kind of naturally emerge, you really have some beautiful warmth and positivity ahead for you. And I think by going through this process that you're in, it may be difficult to see now, but it is going to help bring you more positivity and warmth in the future, more blessings. I'm also seeing inner child. You may be healing an inner child issue at the present time. Maybe this ending has brought up issues from your childhood. And by kind of going through the process that you're going through now, you're going to be more in touch with your inner child, and maybe develop a better relationship with your inner child. And you'll have perhaps a more connected relationship to your inner child as a result of going through this process. So a lot of positive developments, I think, are going to occur as a result of this perhaps difficult process that you're going through now. And I'm also hearing from Spirit, do remember there is light on the horizon for you. So always keep that in mind. I did also ask the solstice energies for additional wisdom, just allowing them to bring forth whatever it is they wanted to share. And the card that came out for you there is the walking staff. And this card says support and encouragement. So with this card, I'm hearing, the heavens are sending you support and encouragement right now. They really, they know you may be going through a difficult time. And there are, energies on the other side that are sending you a lot of support, a lot of love, a lot of encouragement. And I'm also hearing, if you're able to enlist support from others, that's going to be very helpful to you at this time. Can you lean on your friends, or, do you have the ability to access a professional who may be able to provide you support? Whatever you can do to bring more support into your life during this time of year, I think it's going to help you to get to this place of new beginning, and just also ease any difficult emotions you may be going through at this time with this ending and new beginning. I did also ask for an additional oracle card from the winter solstice energies, and they brought out the card Align Your Life. And the question on that card is, what is not aligned or needs to change? So I think this card is telling us that you can use this difficult experience to better identify, the things that you want to have in your life. What do you want your life to look like? Here with the Magician card, what kind of life do you want to create? Really help you see what you want to have in your future. I think this loss may be informing some of that for you. Also, can you use this time of change to grow closer with, who you really are on a deep inner level? Can you, create a life that's more in harmony with who you truly are as you move on from this loss? this may be an opportunity to do that here as you recalibrate through this ending. This card does also speak, it's very much in alignment with, our death card. It's a very cyclical card. It does speak of endings and new beginnings. So that is really coming out strongly here in your complete reading. We really see this, something has ended and a new beginning is coming in for you. So that is the reading that I have for you today, my pile ones. Again, do take heart. There is light on the horizon for you. I know some of these messages could be perhaps a little bit difficult because it looks like this is indicating, a difficult time in your life that may be present for you. So you have my compassion for that. But do take heart. There is light on the horizon for you. And I wish you all the best as you work through this transition. There is a lot of positivity indicated for you. But it may take some processing of what has occurred in order to get to that place. So I hope this reading was helpful for you. I wish you all the best for the future. Thank you so much for tuning in to this message based on the winter solstice energies. I wish you a wonderful solstice and wonderful winter, and I look forward to seeing you in a future reading. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your winter solstice message. So the card that you were drawn to was the King of Cups, and this is your Gifts of the Season card. So to me, this card says a lot of emotional fulfillment, a lot of maturity, a lot of stability, being able to connect with things that are truly in your heart and sort of successfully balance the mind and the heart, as it were. It can also point to a significant masculine energy. So this may be a person who's going to be in your life this season who will be of benefit to you. So a lot of possibilities for this card, but I will get into it a little bit more as we go through your reading. I just wanted to draw your attention to it because that is the card that you chose in choosing pile 2. So let's look at your reading overall. For your solstice message, I did ask Spirit, what is currently in the light for you here at this time of the winter solstice? And the card that came out for you is the Page of Swords. And this shows me a lot of enthusiasm. This shows me maybe starting something new, or maybe you're kind of in an early stage of something. I'm thinking maybe you just started a course of some kind. Maybe you enrolled in university this year, and so you're just kind of at the beginning of your academic career. You may have taken on a new job recently, or you're about to take on a new job. This shows kind of the early stages of something, and I see you being very enthusiastic about it, having a lot of energy to put towards it. Being able to make a lot of decisions. You have a lot of ideas, and you're able to kind of move forward with this wonderful new endeavor that you are a part of. So that looks really wonderful, my pile 2s. I did also ask Spirit, what is in hibernation for you? So the card that came out in the hibernating energy is the Eight of Swords. So this card to me suggests that you may be dealing with perhaps some limiting beliefs. You may also be dealing with maybe some fears and worries. These could be a little bit below the surface, so you may feel that you kind of have them under control. But with this card coming out in this position, I see that they're, they really are there, these limiting beliefs or these fears and worries, and they may be affecting your life in some way. So I think Spirit is inviting you to consider the possibility of some limiting beliefs, some fears, some worries that may be holding you back in some regard here, with it coming out under the Page of Swords card. I also asked Spirit how you can care for yourself at this time during this season, and the High Priestess card came out. And again, this card is showing me knowledge. I'm really getting strong energies of a course of education, so this may apply to you if you're listening to this reading and you're enrolled in a course or enrolled in a course of study. There's a lot of that energy in this reading. But this energy tells me about things that are a little bit hidden, perhaps. It talks about the subconscious. So, again, I think Spirit is inviting you to maybe look at some of these fears, worries, or limiting beliefs that may be holding you back. They may be a bit evident in your subconscious. And if you can maybe spend some more time looking at them, considering them, maybe starting to recognize where they're showing up in your life, by tuning inward in this way with the High Priestess card, I think you're going to be able to kind of successfully integrate some of these energies so that they are no longer working against you in any way. I did also ask Spirit how you can care for others at this time. And the card that came out there is the Emperor. So, wow, a lot of leadership energy in this row. And with the King of Cups too in this position, I'm seeing a lot of leadership. Maybe you're working towards a leadership position of some kind. Maybe you're heading something up. I do see you sort of working towards a position of authority in some kind. Maybe you are working towards a degree where you will be, kind of at the top of your field once you finish this degree. A lot of leadership going on here. But with the Emperor, I'm getting a card of authority, a card of power, again, this sense of leadership. Um, I, I'm really seeing a maturation process going on for you during this season here with the Page of Swords kind of starting us out. And then we've got these two very mature energies with the High Priestess and the Emperor. And then with you ending with the King of Cups as the gift of this season. I think this season is going to bring you a lot of maturity. I think it's inviting you to be very calm at this time, a lot of stillness, perhaps, maybe some meditation, spending time maybe in seclusion, perhaps, so that you can be calm and work with some of these energies, maybe these limiting beliefs or fears or worries. These figures are very still here, the High Priestess, the Emperor, and the King of Cups. So I think stillness is advised for you at this season. Also, these are very refined characters. So I think they're asking you for just some refinement, perhaps, with your current vision and your current course of action. It looks to me like you're very much on the right course. You're definitely where you should be and doing what you should be. But I think Spirit is just inviting some refinement and some maturity into your life here so that you can balance this energy a little bit more, so that you can get to this wonderfully balanced King of Cups position. So again, the King of Cups is going to be your gift of the season. It's going to be what you take forward with you from this time. And I think it's bringing in some wonderful balance for you. And the King of Cups is really balancing, head and heart. So I think with all this mental energy going on here in this first column, you're going to be able to bring your intuition into the picture, your leadership, your maturity, your knowledge, and you're going to end up in a position where you've really kind of mastered both your mind and your heart in a sense, and you're able to sort of calmly proceed with your life here. It does show me success here with the King of Cups. I see you, if there are any challenges, the King of Cups is a master over any turbulent waters that may arise. So I do see mastery and success ahead for you. But again, this working with your intuition, kind of tuning into your subconscious, maybe working with any fears, worries, and limiting beliefs is going to be very helpful for you at this time of year. I asked Spirit for additional guidance here, and we got the bird. It says freedom and opportunity. And this word freedom here is really harking back to this Eight of Swords. This is a card of freedom, mental freedom, particularly here. It's just a matter of freeing oneself. There's, an open area here where this figure can literally walk through if desired. So it's more about sort of mental things that tend to bind us. So I see you gaining this freedom as you go through this process in the winter solstice season. I see you being able to soar. There are definitely opportunities, positive opportunities on the horizon for you with this card coming out underneath the King of Cups. So beautiful card to get, my friends. I was also guided to draw runes for you. I didn't do that for the previous pile, but Spirit wanted me to bring forth some runes for you. So the first rune that came out for you is the Yira rune. And the Yira rune is a rune that speaks of kind of cycles. So maybe, you're in a more beginning stage of this cycle that you're in. It also speaks to patience. So again, with these two very, still cards here, and even the King of Cups is a rather still card. I think you may need to perhaps develop your patience during this season. That may be beneficial for you. And the Yira rune certainly speaks to that, being able to wait for the right timing for things, being patient with the process, maybe being patient with yourself as you perhaps work with some of these more subconsciously based beliefs. And then I also received the Rado rune for you. And the Rado rune, it's a rune of the path that you're on, the journey that you're taking. But it also points to leadership as well. So again, I'm getting a lot of leadership indicators in this reading. I really think you're on the road to becoming a leader of some kind, maybe a leader in your field. Or maybe even a parent. That's a possibility as well, but definitely leadership indicated. And I'm also hearing that you're on the right path. You're definitely taking the correct course of action, and this reading is coming to you to just invite you to refine your path a little bit more, perhaps by looking into some of these subconscious beliefs so that they don't hold you back and so that you can enjoy more success and fulfillment in the future. The next rune that came out for you is the rune of Ansus, and this speaks to inner communication, the inner voice. It can speak to communication generally, of course, as well. Communication with spirit. It also talks about instruction or language, even. Maybe you're studying language. But again, this sense of study is coming forth with this reading. But also this tuning into yourself, tuning into spirit, listening to your inner voice, listening to sort of your gut feelings about things. I think spirit is inviting you to really tune inward in that way as you kind of begin on this process that you're on, so that you're really doing things that are in alignment with who you are. You'll be a better leader as a result of tuning in this way. And then finally, the rune that came out for you is the Fehu rune, and this is a wonderful rune to receive. This is the rune of abundance, the rune of success, the rune of happiness, wealth, good luck, personal power. So I think we're ending your reading here on a very positive note. I think there's a beautiful path ahead for you, and if you take anything away from this reading, it's just maybe so that you have a clearer journey and fewer obstacles. I think the reading is inviting you to look at maybe any limiting beliefs or fears or worries that may be lingering for you, because Spirit does not want these things to hold you back in any way. You've got some beautiful success and abundance indicated for you, some gorgeous opportunities coming in for you in the near future. So I wish you all the best with this. It's a very beautiful reading. I hope you enjoyed this reading, my pile 2. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please let me know what you thought of this reading in the comments below. This is the first time I'm doing a solstice reading, so I'd appreciate your comments. Also, I invite you to like or subscribe to this channel or like this video. It does help my channel to grow. I'm a small channel here on YouTube, so every like and every subscribe is very meaningful at this point. So I appreciate that if you can take a moment to do that. And thank you once again for tuning in. I wish you all the best with this. Congratulations with this wonderful success that's indicated for you. I think you're doing a great job here, as I can tell from these cards. And I wish you all the best for the future. I look forward to seeing you in a future reading. Thank you. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your winter solstice message. So the card that you chose was the King of Pentacles card, and this represents your gifts of the season. So with the King of Pentacles, I often think of this as it can be some kind of windfall or inheritance, perhaps, but it's definitely something material. It can be progress towards something. It has a lot of lovely possibilities. We'll get into it a little bit more as we go through your cards here, but I wanted to bring that to your attention first of all. Your gifts of the season are the King of Pentacles. So let's look at what we have for you. I started your reading by asking Spirit what is currently in the light for you. So this will be something that is in your awareness at the present time, maybe something that's getting a lot of your focus right now. And the card that came out for you is the Knight of Wands. So I'm getting three different possibilities with this card. So one or more of these may apply to you. The first is an opportunity of some kind. You may be going after something right now. There's something that you're very enthusiastic about, something excited about, and that you're actively taking steps towards. This often represents, a powerful new opportunity in life. The second possibility is that this can indicate a romantic suitor. So there may be somebody that you are romantically interested in, or somebody that's romantically interested in you, or both. But there may be sort of a blossoming romance here with this Knight of Wands card coming in this position. And then finally, this could be travel as well. You may be traveling during this season. This is often the card of movement, the card of going over distances, sometimes long distances. So travel could be indicated here for you as well. So if one of those applies, this is likely your reading. And let's continue and see what else we got for you. So in the hibernating position, we got the Four of Swords, which is almost humorous because this is the card of hibernation. But with this one, I'm getting a few things. First of all, you may be requiring more rest than you're aware of. Maybe you are going after some kind of exciting new opportunity, maybe in business or school or in life somehow you're excited about a new opportunity, and you may not be sleeping or resting quite as much as you need to at this time. So that's just something Spirit wanted to point out. If this is regarding travel, or even possibly if with an opportunity, there may be some kind of delay that you're not aware of. So, and that's not uncommon, of course, during the holiday season. So I would just say, if you're traveling by plane, arrive to the airport early, maybe bring a book wherever you're going in case there's a delay. With this card, it's not usually sort of major disruptions, but just temporary delays are possible here with this card. So you maybe want to be aware of that and plan for it accordingly as you move through this season. And then next we asked Spirit, how can you care for self? And the card that came out for you here is the Ten of Cups card. So really beautiful card to get. This card is suggesting that you're going to have a lot of lovely times with other people during this season. This is a card of happiness, a card of fulfillment, a card of satisfaction. Even children are indicated here, so you may be spending time with children during this season. But what I'm hearing from Spirit about this card is Spirit would really like you to really be present during these enjoyable times, really soak them in, really be aware of kind of the warm feelings that are being generated in whatever group setting you're spending your time. I think there's some really lovely times with others that are indicated for you here. And Spirit just wants you to be present for it, to really appreciate it, to really sort of fill your cup with it, I guess, as it were. So just really enjoy all of the beautiful times that are coming your way. I also asked Spirit how you can care for others at this time. And the card that came out in that position is the Ten of Wands. So Spirit is telling me that there's somebody in your life, this could be a friend, a neighbor, a relative, somebody is shouldering really a bit more than they can handle. So Spirit is asking if you can help. Spirit would like you to maybe identify who this person is in your life. Can you take something off their plate? Is there something that you can do for them that would lighten their load somehow? Spirit has identified you as a potential helper in this situation. So consider if there's somebody in your life who has a bit more than they can handle right now. Maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's, again, a neighbor. Is it an elderly person in your life somehow? Somebody who can't quite handle everything that they have before them. You may be able to lighten their load here with the card coming out in this position. So consider that this will go a long way towards easing the load for this person, easing the burden for this person. And I think it will help make you feel better as well. And then, of course, as we talked about before, you've got the King of Pentacles in your gifts of the season. So you may receive a gift, a very valuable gift here with this Pentacles card. Maybe something of great value. You could receive a sum of money, something valuable. Or you could just make a lot of very good progress towards, maybe it's this opportunity that the Knight of Wands is speaking to. This is a bit of a slow-moving energy, so it's interesting. The Knight of Wands is a very fast-moving energy, but it's being tempered a bit by this King of Pentacles. So this could mean a few things, but perhaps you do have a romantic suitor, someone you're very interested in at this time. And I see this could develop into a more stable long-term relationship here with this line moving into the King of Pentacles. That's a possibility there. If you are applying for a job or starting a new job, some kind of opportunity of that nature, this could turn into a long-term, long-term position or something that you're committed to for the long term. This has the potential to kind of mellow out into something that really sustains and upholds you for a long time to come. The King of Pentacles is a card of commitment and responsibility. It's moving towards something. It's often considered the slow but steady card. So, whatever it is in your life that feels like it's sort of coming in with a lot of heat and energy now, I think has the potential to kind of mellow into this longer term energy that we're seeing in the King of Pentacles. So, really beautiful long-term potential for whatever this opportunity or even romance is at the time. I also asked the solstice energies for an additional message for you to consider during this season. And we got an oracle card for that. And the word on this card is preserve. And it says security, forethought, and thrift. So again, we're kind of pointing to some kind of financial increase here for you in this reading. And the advice from Spirit is to don't go spending it all at once, I guess, is probably the best way to say it. Certainly enjoy yourself. They want you to have a wonderful time this holiday season. But they also want you to put a bit of this aside, maybe invest it somehow, or, just make sure that you're not that you're using your head, I guess, when you're considering these resources that may be coming into you during this season, because it looks like you have the potential for a serious financial increase this season. And it'll be in your best interest to really think about how to use it wisely, how to make the most of it so that you can continue to have this abundance into the future. All right, and then I asked for additional messages from the solstice energies, just other things that they wanted to point out for you. And I chose an animal card. I was guided to the animal deck here, the animal spirit deck. And the card that came out for you is the wolf card. And the wolf card is a very fatherly energy. We're getting a lot of masculine energy in this reading. So I don't know if you yourself are a masculine energy or if a masculine energy is going to be very prominent for you during this season. But we are getting this sort of fatherly energy from the wolf card. The wolf is often a guardian of the family, a guardian of the group. And, we see that with the 10 of Cups, that kind of card of happy families and happy groups. You may be somebody that sort of heads up a family or heads up a group, or you may be interacting with this person at this time. The wolf card also speaks to activists or mentors or teachers. So one of those roles may be relevant to you. The wolf is also a very reliable animal. You can depend on the wolf for loyalty and so forth. So that's also indicated in the King of Pentacles card as well. So a lot of reliable energy here coming through. Maybe this romantic suitor that you're dealing with is a very reliable person. That's a potential. And the wolf is also, this is a creature that embraces all and excludes none. So I think Spirit is inviting you to kind of widen your joy at this time of year. It looks like you've got some beautiful time with other people, friends and family perhaps, and they really want you to kind of widen your circle if you can do that here with the wolf energy coming up. So beautiful energy there. Again, a lot of this sort of masculine, guardian, protector, reliable energy coming through these cards. And then finally, I asked Spirit for some tea leaf cards, just for, a little extra cherry on the top of your solstice reading here. And we got the rose card for you. So it says romance is in the air. So that may apply to some of you listening to this reading. We also got carrot. It says opportunity or windfall. And again, that is strongly indicated in your Knight of Wands card, as well as the King of Pentacles card. So kind of reiterating some things here. These tea leaf cards are almost echoing the tarot reading. We also received the owl card for you. It says good advice from a wise person. So when I saw that card, immediately I thought, maybe if you are receiving a windfall, it may be helpful to talk with a financial advisor, perhaps. Or maybe if you're entering into a relationship, perhaps a relationship counselor can help you if that's something that you feel called to do. The King of Pentacles and the Wolf often speak of advisors as well. So, consider whatever area of life that you're working with this season. You may do well to seek out advice from somebody who is an expert in that field. And then finally, we got the wind chimes card, and that says peace and harmony. So I think you really have a lovely solstice season, a lovely winter season ahead of you here. This peace and harmony card, again, is pointing me back to that 10 of Cups card of just positive times with your group of friends or your family members, maybe with your children. It's really speaking to some lovely togetherness here and this lovely ability to kind of bring things together to create a satisfying life, I think, for yourself. So beautiful reading, my pile threes. Some very nice things indicated for you at this time of year. I think you will benefit greatly during this solstice season. It looks like there's a lot of positive things in the works for you. And I hope you found this reading beneficial. If this did apply to your life in some way, comment down below. Let me know how this fit for you. I'm always curious as a reader how this rings true for those who hear it. So I hope this brings you a lot of benefit. I wish you all the best for a beautiful holiday. I also invite you to like or subscribe. It would greatly help me. I'm a new YouTube reader here, so any like or subscribe does a lot to help my channel to grow, and I would appreciate that very much. So thank you so much. I wish you all the best for the season, and I will see you next time.